the Last Judgment. In Hebrew, the 9th chapter, the 27th verse, it says that it is given to men to die once, after which judgment will come. We speak of the Last Judgment in several chapters of the Bible, also in the Quran. To fully understand, one must know what it means to die. We had a talk about death and sin. It would be better to read it before listening to this presentation. So, as I said above, Hebrew chapter 9 verse 27, it is reserved for men to die once, after which judgment will come. In several verses of Revelation we speak of the Last Judgment. What is judgment? What is the Last Judgment? The final judgment is when you realize that you are mind, and that the mind must die. Like all other sacred books, the Bible is a spiritual book. Spiritual comes from the word spirit. These books are about the mind, about psychology of spirit and matter, of consciousness and mind. When it says to die once, it is about the mind. He must die only once. Which means it will be lit only once. After which he will never be in the dark again, ever again. It's just like when Jesus said, if you drink this water, you'll never be thirsty. If you are not thirsty, you will not drink water. Jesus said, those who have eyes to see, see. Those who have ears to hear, hear. Those who can comprehend, comprehends. The meaning is that when you understand for good. The mind dies once, the ego dies once. There is no going back after reaching a certain level of consciousness. When we talk about the Last Judgment, it is about the last judgment that we pass in our life. What is the Last Judgment? It is when we look at ourselves through a mirror and we understand that we are not a body. We understand that there is something else after this body, that we are God. I mean by that we are the manifestation of God. We will come with details on this. The Last Judgment is when we understand that we are no different from a tree and an animal. All living creatures are one consciousness. This will be the last judgment we will make. The ego will be burned. In the Revelation Bible book, the ego is said to burn in the fire of doomsday. It is not about God sending the wicked to hell to burn forever. In Matthew chapter 25, from verse 31 to verse 33, it says, when the Son of Man comes in his glory, it is about Jesus, symbolically. He will come with all the angels. The word angel means messenger. We have already spoken of this. When the Son of Man comes in his glory, all the nations will be gathered before him. Nations are our thoughts, our knowledge, our impulses, our alienations, and all that society has deposited in us. All these acts will be classed. It is said that he separated one from another as the shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. We had spoken several times of sheep, which is the synonym of Jesus Christ, the Son of Man. The sheep has no horns, it is synonymous with consciousness. The goats hurt with their horns, it is the mind, the thoughts that are the source of all the problems. He will put the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. We will have a talk about sitting to the right and left of the Father. The final judgment is when we burn the ego. It is when we burn the mind. It is when we understand that the cup cannot understand the essence of wine. When we understand that the mind cannot understand the essence of consciousness. The mind cannot understand that the Messiah is the oil. The cup cannot understand the essential. The mind cannot understand the essential. Oil and wine are two symbolic terms that mean essence, which is essential. In conclusion, the Last Judgment is when we realize that we are the manifestation of God. Namaste.